Welcome back to the show. This is KDS Reviews. Most of the times when we're talking about animated shows, you're thinking about some classic ones like Marvel's What If or Batman, the animated series. Dude, a lot of the younger viewers, some of my older viewers don't even remember this show. There was a Star Trek animated series, and I'm not talking about Lower Decks. I'm talking about 1973-74 Star Trek, the animated series. Now, it was only on for 1 year. It was 22 episodes long. This actually was a result of the popularity of the syndicated episodes of the live-action version of Star Trek. A lot of the fans actually refer to this show as the, quote, fourth season. They used a lot of the original cast, like William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and DeForest Kelly. They were going to use a lot more of the other ones. At first, they said they didn't have enough money, so they just used, I think, James Doohan also. They weren't going to use Walter Coyne or Nichelle Nichols, plays Lieutenant Uhura. And once Leonard Nimoy found this out, he said he refused to even do the show. Good thing sticking up for Spock. I can always depend upon you. Now, the ratings for this show was really, really high because, in actuality, with all the Bugs Bunny and some of these other Hanna-Barbera cartoons, this show actually was more for the adults than the kids. The kids didn't get it, and on the network, NBC started seeing that too. The kids really didn't get it. It was really written for the adults. They said that a lot of the scripts and a lot of the episodes were supposed to be on the live action version of Star Trek. Now, this is really a hidden gem to me because not that many people remember. Even some of the people my age that are young, a little bit older than me, don't even remember this show. For instance, there was a particular episode where they introduced the holodeck. That's right, the holodeck didn't come from Star Trek The Next Generation. It actually came from the animated version of Star Trek, if you could believe that. And the name Tiberius, James Tiberius Kirk, they created that for the animated show, not for the live action show, if you could believe that. There's a lot of little hidden things in here. I mean, they were limited because of their budget on what they could do. They reused a lot of scenes over and over and over again. Well, this is a cult hit, but it is extremely hard to find. I mean, extremely hard to find. Actually, on my episode where I had a podcast, an interview with Mr. Dan Anhar, I actually showed this version of Star Trek, the animated version. This is probably of all of my movies I have, which are over 2,000, this is probably my favorite set right here. Because this is next to near the impossible to find. Let's look at it here. We got the metal case here with the emblem on it. And there we go, if I can get it open. We got a booklet here that shows some of the other Star Trek box sets. And then in the inside, you got a fold out here, and episode by episode, what it is. And then we have on here, trying not to drop this, right here, where they discuss whether this show is actually canon. Now, Paramount didn't consider it canon for years. It wasn't until 2007 that they finally broke it down and considered this canon here also, and blended in. And there's a lot of episodes, actually, from some of the other Star Trek. We didn't even know it back then because this show was set in 1973, where they had some of the characters from this animated show on some of the other series here. Let's look at the disc set here, the physical copy here. We got here Kirk right there. I see, does it open up? Yep. We got Kirk right here. And Spock upside down. James Doohan, getting this out of the way, you keep dropping it, right here. And then, of course, McCoy. This is KDS Reviews, and this is a hidden gem from a series that hardly anybody remembers, and that's Star Trek, the animated series right here. Remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. I got a big good idea for some of my viewers. Why don't you comment down below, tell me what your favorite episode of Star Trek is. And remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and Sunday. And I'll tell you my favorite episode. That's Arena. If you know Star Trek, you know that's one of the best ones. This is KDS Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.